Gary worked for 41 years, not because he loved his job, because every time he ran the numbers, retirement was still 3 years away, then 2, then 1. Then something happened with the market, or the kids, or the house, and the number moved again. Gary died at 71, still employed, still 3 years away. He is not unusual. According to Federal Reserve data, roughly 90% of American workers will never reach full financial independence, the point where their savings can replace their income indefinitely. Most will work until their body stops or until someone makes the decision for them. This is not a story about discipline. Gary was disciplined. It is not a story about income. Gary earned a solid middle-class salary his entire career. It is a story about 4 decisions, predictable ones, the same 4 in the same order, in household after household across the country. And if you can see them clearly, you can avoid them. Decision 1, the 401k cash out. The average American changes jobs 12 times before retirement. Every job change comes with a choice. Roll the 401k into an IRA or cash it out. The penalty for cashing out is 10% plus ordinary income tax, typically 30 to 40 cents on every dollar, gone immediately. And yet roughly 40% of Americans cash out their 401k when they change jobs. Not the wealthy ones, the ones who need the money most. Gary cashed out $23,000 at 34 when he switched companies. He needed a car. At 7% growth over 37 years, that $23,000 would have become $261,000 at retirement. He paid $8,000 in penalties and taxes and bought a $15,000 car. The car lasted 8 years. The $261,000 would have lasted his lifetime. The 401k cash out is the single most common and most expensive mistake in American retirement saving. It almost never feels like a retirement decision. It always is. Decision 2. The house that ate the portfolio. At 38, Gary and his wife bought a house at the top of their budget. The mortgage was manageable, barely. What it left no room for was savings above the employer match. For 11 years, from 38 to 49, Gary contributed exactly 6% to his 401k. His employer matched 3%. Total savings rate, 9% of income. The math on 9% over a 40-year career produces a comfortable but not independent retirement. The math on 9% over the 22 years that remained after the house purchase produces something significantly less. The house did not ruin Gary, but it consumed the financial flexibility that would have allowed him to accelerate savings during his peak earning years. The mortgage payment that felt manageable at 38 was still the same number at 52, when his salary had grown and he finally had room, but by then, the compounding years were already spent. Subscribe, 2 more decisions to go, and the last one is the one nobody sees coming. Quick note, I am not a financial advisor. Everything here is research and analysis, not personalized advice. Gary's story is a composite based on real patterns. Please consult a qualified financial advisor for your specific situation. Now, let's continue. Decision 3. The raise that never reached the account. Between 45 and 58, Gary received 7 salary increases. His income went from $67,000 to $94,000. His 401k contribution stayed at 6%, a larger dollar amount, but the same percentage and the same lifestyle absorption of every raise. This is lifestyle inflation in its most expensive form. Not the dramatic version, not a boat or a second home. The quiet version. A slightly nicer car when the lease was up. A kitchen renovation that was overdue. A vacation that felt earned, each one reasonable. Together, they consumed $27,000 in annual income growth over 13 years without adding a single dollar to the retirement gap. The raise that goes straight to savings before the lifestyle can claim it is the most powerful tool available to a saver between 45 and 60. It is also the most consistently unused one. Decision 4. The 3-year delay. At 64, Gary's financial advisor told him he was close. 2 more years, maybe 3, and the number would be there. Gary worked 2 more years. Then the market corrected. Then 1 more year. The 1 more year syndrome is the final trap, and the cruelest one, because it arrives when the person is already tired. The financial industry is structurally biased toward keeping assets under management as long as possible. Not quite yet is an answer that serves the advisor's fee structure and feels conservative and responsible to the client. For Gary, the 1 more year syndrome cost him 6 years of retirement he never took. His portfolio at 71 was $340,000 larger than it needed to be for the retirement he wanted. He spent 6 years working to add money he never had time to spend. Here is what Gary's story actually is. It is not a tragedy of discipline or income. It is 4 decisions: the cash out at 34, the house at 38, the raises absorbed from 45 to 58, the delay from 65 to 71, each one reasonable in isolation, devastating in sequence. None of them required Gary to be reckless. None required bad luck. They required only the absence of a specific kind of attention at specific moments. The moments when a decision that felt like it was about something else was actually about retirement. The 10% who do retire fully financially independent are not smarter than Gary. They are not luckier. They made different decisions at those 4 moments. Usually not all 4, often just 2 or 3. That was enough. Look at your own 4 moments. The job change coming, the house at the top of the budget, the raise next quarter, the advisors not quite yet. Each one is a fork. Most people take the default path without noticing there was a choice. Gary noticed too late. You are watching this video. That is not nothing. Tell me in the comments, which of the 4 decisions do you recognize in your own life? I read every single one. Subscribe. Next week, we are covering what happens when you invest $500 a month for 25 years, mapped year by year. After today's video, those numbers will land differently.